Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys the most underrated loot run to win more games in Fortnite Battle Royale. This loot run is extremely easy to do, very fun, and to be honest, it works well whether you're playing solos, duos, or squads. So if you're afraid that your teammates are going to take all your loot, do not fret. There is plenty of loot to go around, and you should be able to do very, very well by following this strategy. So without further ado, let me show you exactly where you need to go and what you need to do to successfully complete this loot run. So the first thing you need to do is you need to land at the house on the hill that's just southwest of Salty Springs. This hill is so underrated. It used to be popular back in the day before a lot of the major cities were added, like Shifty Shafts and Tilted Towers, all the big ones like that. But because all those different areas were included in the game now, this house on the hill has almost become a wasteland every single game. I've played so many solos where no one goes, and it just allows me to completely stack up before even running into someone. So again, you want to land at the house on the hill that's just southwest of Salty Springs. On this hill, there is a giant house in the middle, obviously. There's a chest upstairs most of the time, and then there's a lot of loot downstairs, generally in the back room. Sometimes there's an ammo crate on the table. Lots of nice stuff in the house. Then if you go outside, there's actually a shipping container that's just next to the house, and in that shipping container, there's generally something random just laying there, whether it be a shotgun, an SMG. There's always something just chilling in there. There is a basketball court on the back side of the house. Most of the time, there's a chest on the basketball court, and then loot just kind of laying around the court. Sometimes there's not a chest. If there's not a chest, there'll just be loot chilling there, but there's always something there on that basketball court. Then there is a little deck slash ramp thing that's hanging off on the other side of the hill. Most of the time there is a chest that spawns there as well. And then now that they've added the telescopes that allow you to look over towards the comet that's coming down toward the map, they have added a chest there as well. So there's so much to get here at the house on the hill. If you're lucky and you don't have to worry about anyone else coming, you're playing a solo, no one else lands there, you get all the loot for yourself, and you may be stacked and ready to go before you even have to get off the hill. So this is why I love this hill. So underrated, very good spot to land. And what's nice about this is that there's so many different loot areas in a small controlled area that you can see. So if someone else lands there that's not on your team, you can find a different location. So if someone's landing on the house, you can go to the basketball court, get your guns, and then instantly get in a gunfight with them and figure out how you're going to attack them. So it's nice. You don't have to worry about someone stealing your guns if someone else is landing there, and it gives yourself a really good chance to win the gunfight and move on in the game. The second thing you want to do after looting the house and the whole top of the hill, you want to move northeast towards the two broken down houses. If you guys look north over the mountain, there's two broken down houses that are kind of close to each other. You want to hit both of those houses. Generally, no one is there. I don't think I've ever encountered someone being there unless they landed on the hill before me, got scared, and jumped off. So again, after you loot the hill, jump down northeast. It'll be easy to fall down. There's a little smaller hill there that allows you to drop down without taking damage. And then you can hit both of those broken down houses, get even more loot, stack up even more ammo, whatever you need to do. If you're playing with a squad, there's more stuff there so that you can spread the love. And then that is the second step. The third step after looting those broken houses is you want to move into Salty Springs to clean up leftover players and or loot. I try to do this as quick as possible. What's nice about this house is that if no one else lands there and you're completely good to go, you want to loot it very, very quick, get off the mountain as soon as you can, loot those broken houses, get yourself stacked up, and move into Salty. Reason being is generally a lot of people land in Salty, and that gunfight generally takes place a few seconds after people are landing. So I think maybe a total of like 2 or 3 minutes, the beginning of the match in Salty, there's going to be a gunfight. So if you can loot that hill, loot the two broken down houses, and move into Salty with your team or yourself, however you're playing, you should be able to get into Salty just in time to clean up whoever's left. So whoever's left will most likely have killed everyone else in the town and will hopefully have lost a lot of health if they've been in several gunfights, making it a lot easier for you to go in, clean up, and take all the loot that was there in Salty. So it works very, very well. If you're quick with it, you'll be able to take over Salty like nothing. You won't have to worry about people coming from every direction. So again, after looting those broken houses, move into Salty and clean up leftover players and or loot. After cleaning out Salty, you want to move northeast towards the factory buildings. A lot of times you'll run into people there. If you do see that there was someone in Salty and they're not there, they disappeared, there's a really good chance they're going to be in those factories. So again, if you move quickly, you can get into those factories while they're still looting or still working their way over there. There's also a gray house in between Salty and those factories that a lot of people tend to stop at. So if you can get them there, it's a nice choke point. But again, just move into those factories. If no one's been to Salty, there's a good chance chance no one's been to those factories, so you might get lucky and be able to loot up even more. So again, guys, after hitting Salty, move northeast towards those factory buildings. Now, the final step to this loot run actually depends on the circle. What's nice about this loot run is that you actually end up in the middle of the map, putting yourself in the middle of the circle most games. There's very few games where you're not going to be in the circle just because of you're literally dead center in the map here once you're moving up. But again, depending on where the circle is, after you hit those two factory or the 3 factory buildings there, you want to move up toward Dusty Depot. It's just north of the factories, and there's generally some people there. That's a very popular spot on the map in and around Dusty Depot, so be careful. You will be out in the open until you get there. But after checking out those factory buildings, move toward Dusty Depot. If the circle's somewhere else and you have to move toward retail or a completely different direction, maybe back towards Salty, do so. But this is the loot run, and again, guys, I'm telling you, it works very, very well. Try it out. You know, whenever we do this, we get a lot of wins. I don't like running the same loot run over and over and over again. I know some people find a strategy and they stick to it, and that's what they like doing. I don't like doing that. I kind of like doing random stuff every game and going to different places. But every time we do this strategy, we either win the game or make it very, very far. Like, there's never been, I don't think there's ever been a game where we just die immediately. Sometimes we'll die in Salty depending on how many people are there. But I promise you, if you try this out, you'll do very well, and you'll probably want to do it more often. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. This was the most underrated loot run to win more games in Fortnite Battle Royale. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.